Hey guys, Jet the JAAMy here again with another video. Today we're doing a tier list. Been watching a lot of these tier list videos recently and I thought, you know what, I could do that. So I'm going to try a couple of these. First one we're doing in today's video is a Marvel Cinematic Universe tier list. This might get a bit controversial, but I think it's going to be a good bit of fun. So let's get straight into it. So, not sure what order these are supposed to be in. It seems completely irrational, but we've got Ant-Man first. So, Ant-Man, it's definitely going to go one of the higher tiers. I think I'm going to put it into good. I'm considering moving it to fantastic, but I'll leave it in good for now. Quite liked Ant-Man. It was a good film. It was a good bit of fun. Ant-Man and the Wasp, on the other hand, got to put it straight to fantastic. Not sure if that's controversial or not, but I think it was a really, really good film. However, Quantumania, this is not as good. I wouldn't quite put it in disaster. I enjoyed it a lot more than most people did, I think. But it's got to at least go in bad. I'm just going to be speeding through these, as you can probably tell, because, well, there is quite a few of them. Don't want this video to be too long. It's just going to be a quick, fun one. Now, is that Avengers Assemble or Avengers Age of Ultron? That's Age of Ultron. Avengers Assemble's missing, I think. Oh well. Age of Ultron. I'm going to put it in good, but below Ant-Man. I like it, but it's not one of my favourites. I didn't think it was spectacular or anything. Infinity War, I'm going to put in good above Ant-Man. I'm not the biggest fan of Infinity War, but I have to acknowledge the fact it's a good film. Endgame. I have very mixed feelings about Endgame. I'm going to put it into fantastic. At the top of fantastic for now. Black Panther, I'm going to put it straight to the top of good. In fact, you know what? No. Let's put it at the bottom of fantastic for now. I think it's a really good film. The sound design's incredible, like the soundtrack and everything's brilliant. The casting was just perfect. The writing, I'd say, was fairly good. It's overall a pretty great film. But Wakanda Forever, I don't want to judge it too harshly. I think I'm going to put it in average. Just wasn't anywhere near as good as the original, but still, I'd call it still a decent film. Black Widow, I don't even remember a lot about this film. The fact that it wasn't very memorable says enough about it. I'm going to put it into bad. Civil War, I'm going to put in low average. It felt like a bit of a mess to me. Like it was a bit of a messy film, you know. It wasn't fantastic, but in theory it was good. I like the concept of it. Captain America the First Avenger. I'm going to put it in good, just above Age of Ultron. I like First Avenger. It's, once again, like I said for a couple of these, it's not like one of my favourite films or anything, but I really like First Avenger. It's a good origin story. It's how origin stories should be done. Winter Soldier. Now this is a difficult one to place. I'm going to put it in bad, but the top of bad. It just wasn't amazing. Captain Marvel. The storyline's a bit messy in it, I'd say. The casting was decent. Special effects are great. I'd say its most redeeming quality is the soundtrack. I'm going to put it low average. Original Doctor Strange. This may be completely controversial, but this is one of my favourite Marvel films. So I'm going to put it to the top of fantastic. Multiverse of Madness. Now this is going to be super controversial because almost every opinion I've seen about this has been largely negative. I'm putting it in masterpiece. I love the Multiverse of Madness, and I will die on that hill. Echo. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched it, so I'm just gonna stick it in average for now. It's you know, actually no. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna add a row. I'm gonna make it gray and just put haven't seen it. I don't know why I put that in all caps, but I did. So we're putting echo and haven't seen it. Eternals disaster. In fact, no. I'm going to move it down even further. We're going to put Eternals and kill it with fire. Largely the problem with the Eternals is they were just trying to do too much with one film. You cannot introduce, 10 main characters and give them all a proper story arc in one film. In my opinion, should have been a Disney Plus show. I feel like it just would have worked better in that format. You could have had an episode around each character and then maybe another one on top of that that brings them all together. It didn't work. Falcon the Winter Soldier. I'm going to put it in bad. At the top of bad. Actually, no, I'm going to put it below Winter Soldier. It wasn't great. I didn't enjoy it that much. Guardians of the Galaxy, masterpiece. No arguments. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, masterpiece, just above the original. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, also going in masterpiece, but below the original. It's a great film, but it just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't hit as hard as the original two to me. Hawkeye. I don't really know what people think of Hawkeye generally, but I love it. I'm putting it in fantastic between Doctor Strange and Endgame. If anything's Christmas, it's in my good books. You know, I love Christmas films. I would watch Christmas films any time of year. So Hawkeye being like a Christmas show, plus just Jeremy Renner is brilliant. I just enjoyed it a lot. Now we've got the I Am Groot shorts, and I don't know why these aren't together. Oh, no, that's the holiday special. That's not one of the. They've only got two that. Oh, it's because there's two seasons, isn't there? Right. Which one's season 1 and which one's season 2? I actually have no idea. Season 1, I'm going to put in average. I'm just assuming this is season 1. I might have the wrong way around. Sorry if I do. But season 1's just going to go average. Season 2, I haven't seen it. I should probably get round to that. They're fun. It's a good bit of fun. It's not lore heavy. It's not that important to the overarching story, but it was fun. You know, it was just a little bit of fun. I know I've said the word fun a lot, but it was fun. Iron Man, I'm gonna put in low fantastic. Iron Man 2, wasn't that big a fan of it. I'm gonna put it in. Yeah, I'll put it in good. But I didn't like it as much as the first one. Iron Man 3. Oh wait, they're in the wrong order. I just noticed this is Iron Man 3. Right, so Iron Man 3 now is going down to disaster. I really didn't enjoy that one. Iron Man 1 up here, and then this is Iron Man 2, which goes to here. Right, that's better. Loki. Once again, I'm not sure. I think this is season 1, but I'm not quite sure which one's supposed to be 1 and 2. So, assuming this is season 1, I'm going to put it in the low good? No. I'm going to put the higher end of goods. I'm going to put it above Ant-Man or not. I'm going to put below Ant-Man. But Loki season 1 was good. However, Loki season 2, I felt it was a very unsatisfying conclusion. I'm going to put it in bad. Around here. No. I feel like I've got to put it above Winter Soldier. But I didn't enjoy it as much. Moon Knight. It's another one that I don't know what people generally thought of Moon Knight. I thought it was really good. I'm going to put it just above Loki. I'm also going to swap Infinity War and Ant-Man. I don't know why I just suddenly now decided I want those the other way around. But yeah, Moon Knight, just above Loki. I thought it was a great show. Miss Marvel. Uh, I don't know where to put this. I feel like it's gonna go average. Or maybe, yeah, I'll put it low good. Maybe just above Age of Ultron. I enjoyed Miss Marvel, but not as much as some other things. It was good, but it wasn't brilliant, you know? Secret Invasion. Haven't seen it. Shang-Chi. I'm gonna put it in good, between Loki and Moon Knight. I really enjoyed Shang-Chi. I thought it's a very different Marvel film, but it's a very good Marvel film, and I like what they're setting up with it. The only thing that I personally feel is dragging it down a bit, and this technically isn't something that the film did wrong. It just feels like they forgot about it almost. Like, when did Shang-Chi come out? Hang on, I'm gonna look this up real quick.
One eternity later.
2021. It has been 3 years since Shang-Chi released, and they have done nothing with it since. Not even like a cameo. They just abandoned it, and I know that it will come back. It is going to be important, or at least I'm sure it will be. I could be wrong, but I feel like it will. But for now, I just feel like they haven't done enough with it to place it higher. She-Hulk. Do I put it in disaster or kill it with fire? Let's go kill it with fire. There is only one redeeming thing about this show, and that is Daredevil. I didn't like it. And the end of the show was so anticlimactic, and it just felt like they were being too, like, oh, look at this, we can break the fourth wall. It's not just Deadpool that does this. I didn't like that about it. Spider-Man, right, Spider-Man trilogy. Homecoming, I'm putting low average. I just didn't feel that much. When I first watched it, I really liked it. But as I rewatch it, it just felt less impactful. Far From Home, I'm going to put... I feel like I've got to put it in good. I put it between Loki and First Avenger. I like this film, but I don't have anything too special to say about it. It kind of felt like a waste of Mysterio. And I know maybe they'll bring him back. Like, no one's ever really dead in these films. Like, even Robert Downey Jr.'s coming back, even if it isn't as Iron Man. It just... It did kind of feel like a waste of Mysterio. Mysterio is one of my favourite Spider-Man villains. Feel free to disagree with that. Feel free to disagree with all of these. I don't care. I'm just having fun here. Now, No Way Home, I'm going to put in Masterpiece. Above Guardians 3, but below Guardians 1 and 2. It's a great film. I like the cameos. It was brilliant that so many actors came back, including Toby and Andrew, obviously. But it's not as good as these three, in my opinion. This is just personal preference. Avengers Assemble, I'm going to put here. No, here. Yeah. At the time, it was like when I first saw Avengers Assemble, I'd say it was like peak superhero films. It's just they've one-upped it so much since then, because that's the problem with these franchises. They have to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'd say it's better than all the Marvel films that came out before it, except the original Iron Man. Now, is this Incredible Hulk, isn't it? This might be surprising, since I'm, a big Marvel fan, but I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I really should watch that film at some point. I've seen part of it when I was like flicking channels on TV once and it was on, but I've never just sat down and watched the whole film. So I can't really judge it. The Marvels, disaster. I didn't enjoy it. And it just felt pointless. I feel like it says a lot about the film, that the most memorable part of it, at least in my opinion, was the bit of the post-credit scene that set up the X-Men. And that is nothing to do with the rest of the film. If the most important, if the biggest part of your film is something that has nothing to do with any of the main characters, you're doing something wrong. 4. Too many Dutch angles, low average. For Love and Thunder, I enjoyed this film a lot more than most people did. I'm going to put it fantastic, just below Iron Man. For Ragnarok, I'm going to put it just above Endgame. Great film, great soundtrack, Jeff Goldblum, what else do you need to say? Dark World, I'm tempted to put it in disaster, but I think I'm just going to put it in bad. I feel like it's got to at least go above these two. The more that I think about this bad tier, there is actually a couple that I feel I should maybe move down a bit. I'm going to put the Quantumania down to here. I'm going to put Black Widow to here. I feel like that balances things out a little better. It does kind of seem like there's too many films in good. Like, technically the most should be an average, but I'm just going to call that Marvel being good generally. WandaVision, the first couple episodes, I loved what they were doing. I didn't care for the last couple episodes as much, and just for that reason I'm going to put it in good. If the whole show had kept on a good sort of level, like if it all stayed on the same level as the first couple episodes, I probably would have put it in fantastic. It just felt anticlimactic. I don't like White Vision, and I don't like that Mephisto wasn't there. That's all I have to say. Get Mephisto in there and it would have been either fantastic or masterpiece. Werewolf by Night, haven't seen it. That's another one that I need to get around to watching. I've heard it's decent. What If Season 1, I'm going to put high average. What If Season 2, I'm going to put and Kill It With Fire. There was 1 or 2 episodes I enjoyed, but for the most part it was just like, why are we doing this? Why is this something that had to happen? The whole thing that was basically Die Hard with Happy Hogan, what was that? Whose idea was that? Why is it? Why? And didn't they like make that variant of Doctor Strange evil after he like kind of saved the multiverse? I didn't like that choice either. So, only thing we've got left is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Where am I going to put this? Where is it going to go? Where could it possibly be? I'm going to put it in average here. It was a bit strange. I don't get why Kevin Bacon had to be in it. Like, I do know why, but I don't get why, if that makes sense. Like, I know that it's because Peter Quill's a fan of Footloose, but it still seems like a really random thing to do. So I'm just putting it there. This is the final tier list. Feel free to yell at me in the comments if you agree with me on some of my more controversial opinions. Then you're officially invited to be my friend. I'm now realising that I've put Multiverse of Madness in first place out of everything, which actually feels really wrong, and I'm going to move Guardians Volume 2 above it. This is the final tier list now. So, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for some more tier lists that might be coming your way. See ya!